5 Negotiation Need-to-Knows. Some people get so excited about haggling they adopt an entirely new persona when the time comes to talk their way into saving even a few bucks here or there. Others cringe at the mere thought of trying to suss out what's going on in the minds of those on the other side of the bargaining table, in order to strike a deal, even when hundreds of thousands of dollars, and their own best interests, are at stake. 1. Work from a foundation of sound information. It's essential you amass an arsenal of information, and use that as the basis for your negotiation. You are in no position to negotiate, aggressively or otherwise, unless and until you are well acquainted with the real estate market immediately surrounding your home, including what have similar homes recently sold for, how much above or below asking do they normally sell for, how long do homes stay on the market, on average, compared with the home you're buying or selling. 2. Approach the negotiation as a problem-solving challenge. Today's negotiations are really more like problem-solving scenarios, when you take into account all the parties whose needs must be met for the transaction to move forward. Traditionally, negotiations were a two-way power struggle between the buyer and seller, based primarily on their wants and their respective bargaining leverage. But on today's market, the bank, or banks on both sides, often have their own guidelines and needs that impact the terms of the deal, whether it be the seller's lender insisting on a certain price, or the buyer's lender and appraiser refusing to lend anything above a certain price. 3. Manage your own mindset. You probably shouldn't even try to buy a home that you don't strongly like, or even love. It often makes sense to hone in on a specific offer price, within the range what is reasonable for a home, based on how much you want it, or how much you'd hate to lose it, especially in a multiple offer situation, where you may only have one chance to make an offer. 4. Minimize time pressures. Over the years, I have seen many a buyer and seller make questionable offers and counteroffers based solely on the fact they have to move by a certain deadline. Because shelter is a basic human need, the prospect of having to move out, relocating to a new job, or moving to a new town without having housing in place, can cause even the most nimble among us to feel ungrounded. 5. Act and react quickly, not impulsively. When you find your place, make an offer. When you get an offer or counteroffer, respond to it. In real estate, time is always of the essence, and prolonged hesitation often results in lost opportunities. There's nothing wrong with sleeping on a decision overnight, especially if the right move is unclear. But you never know when another buyer, or another property might show up on the scene and change the whole bargaining dynamic, costing you more money or wooing away your home's buyer. Buyers, sellers, what negotiation insights have you gleaned from your own real estate experiences? Randy Bett, investment realtor, author, investor. Real Estate Professionals Incorporated, Better Group Real Estate. 2025403 Crowchild Trail, Northwest Calgary, Alberta, T3B4Z1, phone, 403-7747464, extension 1. Fax, 403-208-0082. Toll-free fax, 888-711-6801. Thanks for listening. Find more tips and training on our YouTube channel at bettergrouprealestate.com.